Today we begin an exploration of the profound spiritual treatise, al-Kibrit al-Ahmar. This work is also known as Elixir al-Akbar, compiled by the great Imam, Abdullah bin Abi Bakr, al-Aidaroos. May God have mercy upon him and be pleased with him. The book is described as an embodiment of a graceful, noble essence. Its purpose is to lay down the fundamentals, unveil veiled truths, and allude to the deeper meanings and terminologies used by the people of Sufism. Imam al-Aidaroos is celebrated as one of the special imams among the pure household who were Gnostics calling to God with clear insight. The text begins by discussing the nature of existence, rooted in God's eternal will. The word kun is the specific utterance God used in the Quran to express the secrets of his will. When God wills something, it comes into existence exactly as he willed, how he willed, without fail. From the very essence of his eternal will, God brought forth the graceful essences of the universal spirits. Crucially, the spirits of humans, alongside the close angels and the jinn, were uniquely specified. They were granted intellect, awareness, and discernment. This distinguishes them from other creatures, like animals which possess only the animal spirit. The human spirit holds a special honor. The All-Merciful honored it by associating it with himself in the Quran. When speaking of Adam, God said, "And I breathed into him of my spirit." This attribution of the spirit to himself serves as a glorification and magnification of the soul's high status and its unique capacity to know God in ways others cannot. Furthermore, God governs the entire universe, the circles of existence. Through the secrets and blessings linked to the conversations of his divine names, every existence in the universe is dependent on the secrets of these names. For instance, his names Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim manifest in the wonders of mercy across the physical world and the spiritual realm. Likewise, every act of purification and sanctification in creation, whether of the eye, ear, heart, or spirit, receives its share of holiness from the secret influence of the name al-Quddus. The goal of the spiritual path is to attain knowledge of God, or gnosis. The source states that lights emerge from the hidden chambers of the unseen. These are the lights of the sons of knowledge concerning the divine realities. These lights strike the heart of whomever God wills, allowing them to grasp the wonders of the divine names, signs, and attributes. The attainment of this knowledge determines one's status and rank with God, and crucially, the degree of eternal bliss in the hereafter. Whether the delights are sensory like rivers, trees, and heavenly sustenance, or purely spiritual and abstract, such as nearness. And looking upon the face of God, every individual's delight is proportional to their knowledge of the All-Merciful. The level of pleasure experienced by someone sitting with another person they know for good qualities about will be less than the pleasure experienced by someone who knows 10 good qualities about the same person, even if they are in the same gathering. This worldly example reflects the spiritual truth. There is nothing in this world more noble, more glorious, happier, more enjoyable, or sweeter than the knowledge of God. Many of the people absorbed by this world leave it without tasting the very sweetest thing within it, this special knowledge of God. The path of true spiritual journeying involves various avenues. These methods include performing acts of worship with sincerity and adherence, attaining spiritual stations starting from repentance and moving through caution, asceticism, and patience, achieving spiritual states such as love, intimacy, and longing, or through acquiring divine knowledges. However, the sources emphasize that these spiritual exercises, retreats, and attainments cannot be completed by God's decree without seeking a qualified spiritual guide. Since God chose the prophets and messengers to guide humanity, the role of the sheikh is to maintain a connection to that prophetic light and guidance. This guide must be a specific type of person, a knower, a Gnostic, a traveler, one who is absorbed, one who has arrived, one who is beloved and connected. He must be a knower of God and of himself, present with the divine in spirit, yet present with creation in body. His heart should traverse both the witnessed world and the unseen. If a sincere seeker cannot find such a guide, the text offers solace. Sincerity is the best mount. If a person is truly sincere in their desire, God will gather them with the one who can lead them to him. What prevents the servant from achieving this profound knowledge and closeness? The Sufi masters are unanimous. The thickest veil between the servant and God is the self that commands to evil. This soul is the location of all blameworthy traits. It is the most powerful tool used by the enemy, Iblis. The most obstructive of these blameworthy traits are conceit, combined with the love of the world. Conceit is subtle and dangerous because it leads the soul to affirm its own existence and influence alongside God. Love of the world is the root of every sin. The worldly life that is condemned is anything that distracts you from God, cuts you off from Him, or causes you to fall into disobedience. The darkest obscurities are identified as envy, backbiting, and slander. Envy is viewed as questioning God's divine allocation of bounties. Furthermore, Sufis stress the prohibition of mixing with the wicked and those who openly commit sins, as this inevitably draws one toward evil. The spiritual discipline undertaken by the Sufis is built upon 4 foundations. These are practices intended to tame and purify the soul. Little food, little talk, speaking only what earns divine reward and avoiding frivolous topics. 3. Little sleep, sleeping only what is necessary, as excessive sleep is mentioned as a cause of early death. 4. Seclusion from people, except for interaction that involves mutual benefit, guidance, or assistance in God's pleasure. Finally, the journey to God cannot be sound without correcting one's faith and creed. It is also essential to affirm that the path to true guidance requires the revealed law, as the intellect alone is insufficient, serving merely as a sense or tool that requires the light of revelation.